The title of my thesis is The Influence of Music on Society and Language, but obviously, to better analyze the effects that this form of art had on our society, it is important to know its history. First of all, we can say that music was already in nature long before humanity. In fact, the singing of birds, the whispering of leaves in forests, and the verses of various animals were a primordial kind of music in nature. When man appeared, music began to have a purpose. Primitive man imitated the verses of animals that they hunted, in order to catch them in their traps, while wizards propitiated hunting trips and other events of early peoples with musical and visual artistic expressions. Later arose many societies. Almost all of them had their own way of playing music. Among the most relevant we find the Greek, Chinese, Egyptian, Jewish and Roman, although the latter did not stand out for some kind of innovation, but limited to mixing the traditional characteristics of peoples with which they came in contact. In the Middle Ages was born the liturgical drama, ancestor of the Gregorian chant, whose main purpose was to revive the most significant moments of Christian history by narrating and then representing them in a way that was easily understandable for the people. Then came polyphony, that is the union of several melodic lines performed at the same time. In this way, a number of musical forms, such as the madrigal, the caccia, and the ballad, could come to light. In the Baroque age, new genres related to polyphony were born, such as the opera, the concert, the oratorio, and the cantata. Two important figures of the 17th and 18th centuries were certainly Antonio Vivaldi, who laid the basis of the modern concert, and Giovan Battista Pergolesi, author of many works, among which stand out the Stabat Mater and the comic interlude La Serva Padrona, or The Servant Mistress. On the other hand, in Europe, music revolved around the great figures of Bach and Handel, capable of fully embodying, both in character and production, the Baroque ideal to which all the composers of the time aspired. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart is considered the most brilliant representative of the second half of the 18th century and one of the main personalities of Western music, because he was able to combine the most diverse experiences, demonstrating sensitivity especially regarding the influence of the Italian school. In his short life, he wrote many compositions such as The Marriage of Figaro, Don Giovanni and The Magic Flute. The romantic impulse, which quietly came to the forefront of Italian music in the 18th century, found its full realization in the symphonic production of Ludwig van Beethoven, a worthy successor of Mozart. He was also the representative of an era of change and tension. The Italian composers found in the opera the most suitable genre to give vent to their great passion, the main distinctive feature of Romanticism. The rise of Italian melodrama found in Giuseppe Verdi its main representative. During the modern time, many other genres were born, starting from electronic music to rock and rap, passing through the jazz. Among these genres, each of them had its influence on modern culture. Rock marked the entire generations with its rebellious soul. Jazz and rap has vigorously pushed the wind of black protest in the United States, while classical music has proved very useful in many fields, including the health one. From Beethoven to Led Zeppelin, listening to our favorite music triggers the release of positive signals from the brain to the entire body. The mechanism that is triggered is the one of dopamine. Listening to our favorite melodies causes the brain to release more of the chemical substance in the body that provides feelings of well-being and plays a key role in addictions and motivations. While listening to music, in the brain, many key areas are activated, regardless of personal music tastes. In particular, the regions involved are the movement, attention, planning and memory ones. Regarding the influence on language, the digitalization played a crucial role, with the consequent introduction of social networks, especially Instagram. In fact, if before the artist was an unreachable entity to be admired from afar during concerts and on television, in the 21st century it became possible to bring fans closer to their idols thanks to this revolutionary tool, and also thanks to the in-stores. In fact, the latter give the opportunity to fans to meet their favorite artists, exchanging a few words and getting the album signed during the promotion period, also giving a concrete contribution to increase the revenue of the music industry. On the other hand, Instagram created a connection between fans and artists stronger than ever. Thanks to social media, it is possible to live, even if only through a screen, the daily life of the artist. Among the most active in Italy, there are certainly the youngest exponents of the Italian rap and trap scene, such as Sfera Basta, the Dark Polo Gang, Jamie Tights, and many others. Among them, the Roman group Dark Polo Gang is certainly the one that most influenced the language of young generations. The main examples are certainly the words eschere and bufu. Eschere or escare is a mispronunciation of the phrase let's get it. The word can have different meanings depending on the context in which it is used. Bufu, a word that recently became officially part of the Treccani Encyclopedia, was coined by Dark Polo Gang, taking its cue from the American movie How High, in which a student wore a hoodie with the word Bufu, an acronym for a derogatory and aggressive phrase. Although some synonyms could be silly or stupid. The spread of these words was so viral as to upset the spoken language of the youngest, thus attracting the attention of the media and placing a further piece in the mosaic of Italian linguistic evolution. So, if before the language of the people was shaped by radio and television, today this word belongs to the artists, who, having in their hands an instrument with an apparently unlimited potential, are naturally required to make a proper use of it.